Good morning. Welcome to the Light and Love that is Unity of Lawrence on Zoom. We appreciate you sharing your time and energy with us today. In Unity, we begin everything with prayer. Let's join our prayer chaplain, Sharon, as we begin our service by opening up to that divine presence that we know is within us.
We come together to celebrate who we are and to explore who we can be in the world. We are love, we are compassion, we are gratitude, forgiveness, all these qualities of the Christ within us. And we will see how we can be expressing even more of this in gratitude. And so it is. Amen.
Thank you, Sharon. Please join Holly in singing More Than Enough by Daniel Namad.
Good morning, Unity of Lawrence friends. Let this music be a blessing to you today. There is more than enough in a universe that you created. There is more than enough on a planet of sacred design. There is more than enough for humanity made in your image. Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Why would I worry? Why would I doubt? Why would I ever think I'd go without? Your infinite love made everything I see, and all that will ever be is your infinite love. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough. Let my soul know the truth, whatever I choose to do, your infinite love will prove more than enough.
Please affirm with me Unity's founding principle. There is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life, God, the source of all good. Now, our Unity of Lawrence vision. United in divine love and joy, we celebrate a peaceful and abundant world for all. And finally, our Unity of Lawrence mission. We are a thriving spiritual community, sharing love, building bridges, and inspiring transformation. I knew she was going to show up today. Star Sister Revival is performing and composing music in honor of the sacred moment, featuring original works, sacred world, and folk music. Lana Marie Haas, Kimberly Storm, and Holly Taylor have gathered to co-create. With multifaceted healing modalities and soulful creative expression, they traverse the interconnected web of life. Like stars rekindling, Star Sister Revival gently reminds us of our own access to the ancient wisdom of empowerment, connection, and infinite possibilities through song. Please welcome Star Sister Revival.
From one triggered heart to another, from the morning coffee scroll to a late night beer, we'll roll into pools of a hidden destination. desperation, until we stop to take a look that's unclear. Like each smoke on the wheel, we each take our turn, going round upon the ground in desperation. Cause it all comes down to our own expectations, and our lives align to our hopes or our fears. You got your feet on the pathway now, no need or deed about. It's gonna show you how to love, and you're gonna find your way through each step of every day. You can live the life that you dreamed of. From one sacred heart to another, from an easy morning stroll to a late night clear, we're flowing to the tone of a present conversation, and our lives reflect the thoughts we hold most dear. With each hope and ideal, we can make a turn, going round the town to tunes on a favorite station. Cause it all comes down to our own expectations, and our lives align to our hopes or our fears. You got your feet on the pathway now, no need or deed or vow. It's gonna show you how to love. You're gonna find your way through each step of every day. You can live the life that you dreamed of. Just look up at those stars, be taken with the moon. Know that you'll go far when you sing your sacred tune. And listen to your heart, to yourself be true. You got your feet on the pathway now, no need or deed or vow. It's gonna show you how to love. You're gonna find your way through each step of every day. You can live the life that you dreamed of.
I love Star Sister Revival. Today we have Reverend Steffany Barton. She is a registered nurse, spiritualist medium, author, speaker, and lover of spirit. She is devoted to the unity movement and dedicated to nurturing the spirit of all creatures, great and small. Her website is www.angelsinsight.com. Please welcome Reverend Steph.
Good morning. It's good to see you all on this wonderful, brisk October morning. It feels like a perfect day to have a pot of chili or a bowl of soup and just kind of nest for the day. And I'm so happy that your kitty got to join us, Amy. I just love, this is one of the benefits of Zoom, is that our animals can come to work and they don't induce any allergies or cause too much trouble. So I love that. It's a real gift to be able to come into community together. So 2020, this is the year. 2020 has offered us a plethora of questions, but there seems to be a scarcity of answers. And if you're like me throughout the year, maybe you felt a little scattered, maybe you felt a little sad, maybe you felt a little uncentered. And it's challenging because we know that it's going to be okay. We know that spirit is in control. We know that love will triumph. But sometimes when we're in the thick of it, it's pretty tough. And it can be a challenge to stay focused on what we know is true. So what I've noticed about myself and what I've observed is that there's two trains of thought that sometimes I'll hop on that will derail my energy and send me down the wrong track. So I wanted to share those two trains of thought because they may speak to you, and maybe you've been on board the train with me as well. So the first train of thought is why? Why is this so tough right now? Why is everything coming undone? Why is this person being so difficult? Why can't people see eye to eye? Why can't we be more compassionate or loving? Why? And it's a normal question to ask, but asking why poses a couple of spiritual challenges for us. First of all, when I'm asking why, usually it's based on limited information. It's based on my perception. And immediately when I ask why, I have affirmed the very thing that I don't want. Why is this person being difficult? I've made this person difficult and I've eliminated all other options. Why is this situation so challenging? The moment I pose that question, I've affirmed this is challenging, and I've placed that situation in that light without allowing for other creativity, other possibilities. So why can be very challenging. In addition to narrowing and affirming what we don't want, I believe that why takes our energy out of our center and places it here and here and here and here. Why is this situation so tough? Why is my neighbor being difficult? Why do we have to go through this? Why is this that way? And so soon I've given all of this vital love and spirit that's in here to lots and lots and lots and lots of different things out there. So if my energy's there, suddenly inside here, I feel sad. I feel a little overwhelmed. I feel empty and scattered, because that's what happens when we begin to get stuck in this endless stream of why. The other train of thought that I found that I've hopped on that will derail me and get me nowhere quick is the question of when. When are things gonna get back to normal? When is this going to improve? When can we go back to church? When is this person going to see my point of view and listen to what I'm saying? When? So it's a normal question again to ask, but spiritually, does it always serve our best interest? Perhaps not. Sometimes we take when in the opposite direction. I'll feel abundant when this check comes. I'll feel happy when this other person agrees with me. I'll feel settled when I get the results. And so when we put that focus on the when, we again send our energy outside of ourselves and ask the world to be responsible for our well-being. Ultimately, this can't serve us because we're not in control of when. We may be able to have ideas or time frames or rough estimates, but it's important that we not base our sense of peace on when. When we're looking to the future, when we're waiting for when, our sense of peace goes just out of reach. So it's important that we learn another way than finding and holding on to the time frames and the when. So as I was thinking about these normal and natural questions that we get caught up in, the whys and the whens, I happened upon a quote by Charles Fillmore, who is the founder of the Unity movement. And the quote really spoke to me, and it's very powerful and it's very simple. So I wanted to share the quote with you. And what Charles Fillmore wrote is this: I refuse to be anxious about tomorrow or even the next minute. I know that God does provide for the fulfillment of his divine idea, and I am his divine idea. You are God's divine idea. You will be provided for fully and completely. So I sat with that quote for a little bit of time, and I felt the nurturing energy of it, the empowering energy of it. And I thought, what if there was one way that I could summarize that? What if there were a magic word? that we could implement to help us when we're caught in the whens and the whys. And so hocus pocus, yes, the word is focus. When we activate the power of focus, when we call on that, we have the ability to transform. Now, focus, yes, it's focus, but this focus means a little something more. So what I have decided that focus means in my spiritual practice is forget the outside, see you in spirit. It's a very simple but very powerful magic word that draws our attention back into the center. Forget the outside, see you in spirit. So let's work a little bit of magic with this focus word. Let's take this why that can be so problematic spiritually and so draining energetically. Let's take this why and let's add a little focus, poof. And suddenly, why transforms into how. So here's how this looks. Instead of thinking, why is this situation so difficult? Suddenly we can ask, how can I take inventory of the resources I have so I can navigate this situation with a little more grace? Instead of thinking, why is this person being so difficult? Suddenly I can decide, how could I be a little more patient and have healthy boundaries so that I'm not feeling overwhelmed? Instead of feeling challenged with, why is this never ending? I can say, how can I realize that I have good in my life right now? So we transform why with focus into how. I want to tell you about a young man in France in the mid-1800s. One day he was working with his father, who was a leather worker, in a workshop, and an accident happened and he was struck in the eye with a very sharp tool. And because it was medical care was not readily available or accessible, the injury was set up with an infection. And in a short bit of time, this young man lost his vision. So maybe for a little bit of time, he wondered, why did this terrible thing happen to me? Why can't I see? Why? And he probably did. But more importantly, this young man asked himself, how? How can I learn to see, not with my eyes, but how can I learn to see in other ways? How can I learn to read? How can I use the tools that I do have? How can I build on my strengths? How can I share what I learn with others so that those who are not sighted can have access to the world? And he did this. He studied, he worked, he tried, and he did not give up. He came up with an alphabetic system to help the blind see by using their hands. You've probably heard of him. His name is Louis Braille. And had he got stuck in why, our world wouldn't be what it is today. He transformed that why into how. And maybe right now you feel a little blind because things sometimes get a little dark in the world. And so I invite you, when those feelings come and when you feel trapped, instead of getting lost in the why, simply ask yourself, how? How? So that's the first magical transformation that we can implement when we activate this power of focus. Why becomes how. So let's talk about when. Oh, when. So when we take when and we activate the focus, poof, when is transformed into now, right now. So when we look at transforming why into how, we bring our focus and our energy back into our heart. When we take when into now, we anchor ourselves into this present moment and we have full access to our spiritual power. We can forget the outside and simply see spirit right now. So right now, what are you grateful for? Right now, what are the tools that you have that can help you serve? Right now, what are the gifts that you share with the world? Right now, we are in spiritual community together across the miles right now. Right now, we are learning so much about ourselves. We are growing as community and we're supporting each other right now. When we come into that place, when we close our eyes to the outside and simply allow ourselves to be present, we are in full access of our spiritual power, the power that comes from our heart, the power to create, the power to innovate, the power to hope, to have joy, to nurture one another, to dream. Those are our gifts, not sometime when. Those are our gifts right now. So a few months ago, I had a health situation. It's a little bit of a health scare, and I had to go in and have some tests. So the initial tests came back and the doctor called and said, we're a little concerned because some of these tests are indicative of what might be cancer. So I was invited to go in to have a biopsy. So my first question when I was done with the biopsy was, when am I going to have the results? When? And the nurse says, well, it usually takes 3 to 5 days, but it's Thursday, so the weekend's coming, so you know. Well, no, I don't know. When? You mean when Thursday, when Tuesday, Wednesday, when? But there was really no definitive answer. So I got back into the parking lot and I am having a bit of a hard time. What am I going to do when I get the results? When will I get the results? Okay, when I get the results, I'm going to need to cancel all my appointments and I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to do as far as household chores and then what's going to happen when it. And before I knew it, I was anxious. I was having a hard time sleeping. I didn't feel settled. And I was struggling because I know that's not me. And yet all the when was causing so much anxiety. And it went around and around and around and around. Maybe you've been in that kind of a situation too. When is that assistance going to come? When am I going to have answers? When will I know? So I had a moment and I sat down and I closed my eyes because I knew and I remember just in that instant who I am. I am spirit. I am a child of light. So are you. And so I said in that moment to spirit, I am yours and you are mine right now. And that is where I draw my peace right now. That is what matters right now. I'll get the results when I get the results. Right now, I am here, connected to spirit. Right now, all is well. And it was in that moment that I felt a peace that I hadn't felt in a long time. Because I was able to let go of what the world was distracting me with and focus on what spirit offers each and every breath, each and every moment of every day, right now. So I got the results and everything's okay. But either way, regardless of the results, I decided, I chose that right then and there, right now, I will devote myself to spirit. I will find my peace, not in the world, but in spirit right now. That's the power of focus. That's the ability that we have to transform when we forget the outside and see only spirit here and now. Now, when we focus, it's not to say that we still don't pay attention to what's going on in the world. because obviously we need to be aware, we need to be cognizant so we can be more mindful. But it's so important that we not give the world our energy. The why puts us out there. The when sends us somewhere into an endless and undetermined future. And that doesn't serve us. So when we bring ourselves back into the how can I serve, and now I'm connected to spirit, we immediately shift that energy. We place our focus back into that heart center, back into truth, so that we can be present, so that we can be enduring, so that we can be courageous, so that we can be strong no matter what's happening in the world. We can be spirit right here and right now. One of my favorite verses in the Bible when I was younger was, "Greater is he that is in me than that which is in the world." And I think when we activate that power of focus, that helps us remember that greater is the spirit of us than anything that is in the world. And it's not to say that the situation in the world isn't challenging, and that it's not to say that there's not adversity. Activating our power of focus doesn't mean that we bury our heads in the sand and put on rose-colored glasses and pretend everything's okay. No. Being focused on spirit means that we're present so that we can create, so that we can innovate, so that we can love, so that we can serve. And that is the way, that is the power that we have that is greater than anything in the world. How and now. So throughout the week, I want you to use a little bit of magic. And by the way, you actually do have to do the poof part when you do this, because it helps. And if you have glitter, oh my gosh, that makes it 50 times more magical, because glitter makes everything better, I think. So throughout the week, if you're finding yourself caught in why, take a step back, poof, and say, how? How can I be more patient right now? How can I take a deep breath and see this from a different perspective? How can I encourage someone else? How can I give a little bit more? How? And then if you're feeling a little lost in that endless question of when, and it's especially appropriate with the time change coming up and getting settled, all that, instead of saying when, say right now. Right now I feel at peace. Right now I know that spirit's with me. Right now I'm going to choose to do the best that I can. Right now. Poof. Now. Use those tools. Activate that focus, and then see how your life can begin to transform. Using this is especially important over the next couple of weeks and into the next several months and all throughout the years, because we are powerful co-creators with spirit. We are here to shine our lights. We are here to come together as community, to love and to serve, to celebrate, to support. Sometimes we hold the space for each other so we can cry. Other times we hold the space for joy, but we are here together and we will get through this. How? By being love right now. I want to leave you today with a quote from Napoleon Hill. What Napoleon said was, "Focus on the possibility for success, not the potential for failure." My friends, we are succeeding. I see your light. I love you, and I'm so thankful that you are a part of this community right here, right now. Thank you. Namaste. In just a moment now, I'd like to guide you through a meditation, so we can just enjoy and settle in and have a few moments appreciating the now, knowing that spirit is moving through us in incredible, powerful, wonderful ways so that we can feel connected and we can access all of our good. So I'd like to invite you right now, if you're comfortable, just to close your eyes. There's magic all around. Spirit is ever present. Miracles abound. Our earth is filled with so many wonders, so much beauty. So as you close your eyes, just breathe in that truth. Breathe in the richness and the abundance. Maybe you could call to mind the beauty of all the fall leaves, the fiery, vibrant reds, beautiful gold, the orange. Just soak up that in your mind's eye. And then settle in. With your eyes closed, you continue to breathe. I want you to relax your shoulders. Put your feet on the floor. And just feel that connection to the earth. Right now, this beautiful planet is providing you with sustenance in all forms. Right now, our beautiful earth is providing you with a soft ground to place your feet on, with fruits and vegetables to nourish your body, with flowers to delight your eyes. Our earth is providing for you graciously and gloriously right now. And feel that connection. Celebrate that connection to the earth through the soles of your feet right now. And then as you relax a little more deeply, invite you to bring your focus very gently up to your abdominal area, to your very core. And right now, inside you, in the very core of your being, is a light that shines. It's the fire in your soul. Right now, you are here in this world, connected to spirit, protected by angels, called by love. You're ignited by spirit, called forth to shine. See that light in your core, dancing like the flame of a candle. See that light. Feel its glow right now. And then slowly and gently, I'd like to invite you to bring your attention up to your heart. And as you do, feel the warmth, feel the presence, and settle into a comfy, cozy, warm space that is love. And as you settle into that heart center, I invite you to open it up right now a little more. Just breathe and feel love. And recognize and remember that that love is in you, but that right now that love is flowing to you. So open wide and receive. That love is flowing into your heart from this community, from spirit, from the earth, from your animals. Just let that love flow into you right now. Right now. So much love. Now, I'd like to invite you to draw your attention upward to the crown chakra, to the top of your head. And I want you to imagine, to see and feel beautiful light that extends upward endlessly, that connects you to imagination, that anchors you to hope, that fills you with inspiration. This is your eternal connection to spirit. Let it lift you above the storms of this world. Let it raise you so that you know that in this moment, there is peace right now. Feel that connection flowing down to you, flowing through all of you. You are spirit, whole and free right now. So for the next few moments, just allow yourself to feel that beautiful connection to spirit, to receive an open heart full of love, to celebrate that soul fire that is within you, and to be connected to this beautiful planet right now. in the silence right now. Now gently, very gently, to come back. Wiggle your toes around a little bit. Take a deep breath. Settle back into your body. Feel the presence of spirit. Celebrate how good it is to be alive, to be present, to be a powerful creator in this world right now. And very gently, when you're ready, you can open your eyes. See all the beauty that's around you. See the love that's right here before you. I invite you this week, my friend, to practice your magic, to transform why into how, and to change the when into now. I celebrate you, I honor you, and I love you. Namaste. Now we'll have our music.
Assume you're an angel, assume you're divinity, your beauty, your grace. Questions on the path come into view. The first that leads the last, eternal truth. Assume you're an angel, assume your divinity, your beauty, your grace. Bursting from your chest, the circle, the wheel. Singing from the depths, everything that you feel. Assume you're an angel, assume your divinity, your beauty, your grace. Walking in the dark, the night and the deep. Waiting for the fatal, the long night of sleep. Assume you're an angel, assume your divinity.
I invite you to join me as we hold our gift to this community in our hands and in our hearts. Let's affirm together. Divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. And so it is. While Holly sings Thank You for This Day by Karen Drucker, please go online and give via PayPal or write a check and mail it to Unity of Lawrence. Thank you, and thank you, Rev Steph, for that message that really, really resonated with me today.
This one is an old favorite. Please sing along. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. This healing, this healing, this healing day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. This beautiful, this beautiful, this beautiful day. Thankful for our friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. Thank you for my friends, Spirit. Thank you for my friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. My wonderful, my wonderful, my wonderful friends. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day. Thank you for this day, Spirit. Thank you for this day.
And now let's focus our attention on the gratitude in our open hearts. We've had such a wonderful service, inspiring and practical talk, and lovely, lovely music that reminds us of why we are a community. So let's, in gratitude, focus on how we can best be a participant in spite of COVID and a supporter of our community. And surely by putting our focus here, we will gain awareness in how to create greater community in this time. And for this ability and awareness, we're very grateful. And so it is. Amen.
Look at the moon in the sky. She fills the night with her light. She's got a smile for me tonight. She hears my laughter, she hears my cries. Cradled in a loving light, tells me everything's alright tonight. Look at the moon in the sky. She makes me dance, she makes me high. And when she's looking down on me, I hear her gentle sigh.
We would love to hear your feedback about today's service. Let us know what we can do to improve the experience. Reach out to a board member or contact Kathy Moreland in the office. We send out a weekly e-news on Mondays. If you are not receiving your copy, please let Kathy know by email info@unityoflawrence.org or leave a message on the office phone at 785-841-1447. Just a reminder, our website, www.unityoflawrence.org, is where you will find special announcements, weekly events, our current monthly newsletter, and a list of speakers for the month. It is kept updated with the latest information for our community. Be sure to check it out. Join us next week as Reverend Jackie Hawkins speaks on What Do You Pray From? And Jan Hall brings us special music. Let us bless our youth and each other. Rub your hands together and say with me, we love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the divinity in you. Sending that to my babies at their dad's house. Now let's sing the original peace song with Steve Epley.
Let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, children all are we. Let us walk with each other, perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my solemn vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. On earth and let it begin with me.
Please join me for the prayer of protection. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. The presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Stay online if you would like to attend a breakout session with your Unity community.